chance to make it, to make it. I'm afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. 'Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking. Is this over? I'm scared to ask these questions, 'cause I know that you'll reject my love. Moving slower, frozen to these pieces without a shoulder to cry on. And I'll stand against all enemies, your enemies. I'm afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. 'Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking, but I'll still be your superhero. I'll be your superhero.
Don't forget about me and all the things I could give to you, baby. But I guess you can't see, making new memories with me. Oh, yeah, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Oh, yeah, I'm good either way. I'm good either way. What happened to forever? Now we're not together. I know it's time you probably need a break to see if you went down whatever. Bad and done together. But baby, know that I'm good either way. What happened to forever? You know, you know, what happened to forever? You know,
It is time for the final Grand Prix of all of time. After this race, F1 is finished. Right, I am receiving reports that my stream is dying. So I'm gonna need some comms from the chatters if everything is running okay. Right, I might also have to spend in the next like 2 minutes resizing all my stuff because it's all a complete mess. But here we go! Yes! Let's do it! Let's do that. There we go. That's all that working. That's that working. Right, let's do some resizing. So, this looks okay on the YouTubes. Good morning, everyone. Greetings. And, yep, we're gonna try and cancel me again. Right, so on this, you can't see P20. So if I just, is it just gonna be is it just not gonna show if I, where's my, color source? This... I don't have a colour source, that's just where the page ends. Okay, so what if I make it smaller? You see, I can make it smaller, but then it's a bit too small, don't you think? But if I make it... Okay, what if I make it bigger, and then do that? Yeah, but then you can't... Man... They've done something... Like, they've changed the way this website is, like, the interface, and because of it, it's now completely changed everything. Like, so if I make it, actually, no, wait, no, this could be the method. Oh no, wait, I think we're locked. Hang on. Yes, okay, that works. So if I move my webcam, make it small. There we go. Lap counter's good. I can make that nice and big. That's probably a bit too big, to be honest, but you can still see the top 20 all right. Then on the, YouTube short stream, I can move this along. I have to make it a bit smaller so you can actually see the track. There you go, nice one. Top 10 also looking nice. And then if we go onto Twitch and Kick, I just need to move this color source down and left. So, no. God, I hate Streamlabs OBS. It's the worst thing ever. There we go. And then I could also make the, make the lap bigger. And that should be all okay. I think. Maybe? Possibly? Who knows? If it, you know, I don't know. That's the bottom line. I just don't know. What I am going to try and do quickly is resize my chats a little bit so I can actually see them without compromising too much spacage. There you go. Nice one. It's night for me. As in, like the early AMs or like the late PMs. Perez to, what did I even say? Fijian, F78, they have, right. See, they're not even original anymore, do you know what I mean? We have only 2 minutes until the formation lap starts. We, of course, have quite a numerous amount of battles going on throughout the standings. I'm actually not too clued up on the drivers' ones. Let's have a little recon and take a look at the drivers. So the drivers... we have the main fight is between Leclerc and Norris for P2. The fact that Leclerc is only 8 points behind is outrageous considering Lando's had the best car for like 3/4 of the season. Tremendous bottle job from him. So there's only 8 points between them. Of course, Leclerc starting P20 today. Was already taking a 10th-place penalty and then bottled it on his second Q2 run, I believe. Oh no, was it Q2 or Q1? No, it's Q2. Had track limits. I don't feel like he had to push as hard as he did. He would have made it even if he was like quite slow. Then we got mathematically, Sainz could pass Piastri. Hamilton could pass Russell, but that will take a Russell DNF and a Hamilton win, and that's about it in the drivers. And then if we look at the constructors, we of course have the main fight, McLaren versus Ferrari. Let's be honest, it's going to be nearly impossible for Ferrari to win. They are 21 points behind. McLaren are 1-2. Ferrari are 3 and 20, so not ideal. And then obviously there's also the battle between Alpine, Haas, RB. You've got Alpine, Gasly starting P5. What a driver. There's that. Alpine, P6. 59 points. Wait, no. Is Gasly that high up or am I waffling? You know, he is. He's P5. Hulkenberg was P4. Unbelievable qualifying. Then got a 3-place grid penalty for some reason. So he's now down to P7. Haas currently on 54 points, so they're only 5 behind. Then we have RB on 46. So there's only a 13-point difference between P6 and P8 in the constructors, obviously bringing in many millions of dollars. So formation lap is now underway, as you can see, and let's lock it in for the final time this season. I don't really know what I'm going to do once the F1 season's over. I guess now that there's no real distractions on a weekend, I can sort of just go absolutely batshit insane with like F1 24 content. And we'll go from there. But yeah, it always feels weird. You're right, Thomas. It does always, it feels weird when the season ends and it's like, well, hang on. There's no F1 this weekend, and it's like that for every single weekend. Of course, nowadays, the break isn't that long at all. It's like, what, 90-something days? Mate, I'm praying for another raid by a big streamer like Tim McMurdoch. That was insane. I feel like, once again, I didn't really make the most of that, because I stopped streaming afterwards for like 3 weeks. I still don't know why I don't stream very often. It takes less effort than videos, and is infinitely more successful than videos. I don't really get it, but yeah, no, that was an absolutely insane moment in my career so far. That was awesome. As we can see, Lando Norris is making his way round. Can he get his 4th win of the season? What was it? Miami, Singapore, Zandvoort. Is that it? That's really poor. But yeah, I mean, the live timing is a little bit on the laggy side. I do have to keep reiterating that the person who made this website, it's one person, and they also, from what I can tell, also have, like, a job and a life, so they can't just sit here and monitor this the whole time. So if there is a couple of laggy issues, don't start, you know what I mean? I've been trying to cancel this man since July, yep, and you'll be doing it until next July, when I either retire or you come to the conclusion and it ain't happening. Here we go. Oh, just bang the wheel. Here we go then. Everyone's lining up. We have got 19 medium runners, and then Hamilton, of course, having to be the odd one out. Got a bollard stuck under his car, which is the reason why he got knocked out in Q1. Ah, I've just broke my wrist. Oh, I think I've actually just broke my wrist. That's not a good start. But here we go then. Yeah, Hamilton on the hards, everyone else on the mediums. Leclerc isn't actually P20 today, it's actually P19, because obviously he qualified ahead of Colapinto, and both Colapinto and Albon have taken penalties. This is, of course, also Jack Doohan's first race. This is Kevin Magnussen's last race. This is Hulkenberg's last race for Haas. This is Sainz's last race for Ferrari. This is Perez's last race, maybe in Formula 1. Crazy. But here we go. Race is about to start. I don't even know what to expect. I expect the McLarens to play a bit more passively. And we are away. I didn't even get to see that. Will Lando bottle it in turn 1 like he always does? Yuki Tsunoda's all the way back there. I don't know what's happened to Yuki, but... oh, it's all kicked off. Max Verstappen! What has happened to Max Verstappen? And Oscar Piastri! Oh! Oscar Piastri's off! Oscar Piastri's off the track! He's down in P20. Leclerc already up to P12. Holy shit! What has happened there? I want to try and get some recon. Oscar Piastri goes from P2 to P20. Max Verstappen P4 to P13. Carlos Sainz up to P2, Gasly's up to P3, Hulkenberg P5, Perez P7. What has just happened? Right, I'll wait until the first lap is completed. There is also a yellow flag somewhere on the circuit. It's Checo Perez. Checo Perez also off. What is happening? And Sergio Perez... Something's gone wrong with his car. That is not how you really want to finish your F1 career, let's be honest. That all kicked off. I am going to open, while trying to keep that, the Sky Sports F1 stream, and then I'm going to go back, and I can tell you what happened. But that was crazy. So maybe Piastri and Verstappen pushed too hard? Yeah, probably. Which is funny, because... I said, like, before the start, that, and Sergio Perez is out. That's really not how you want to start your or finish your F1 career, really. Let's be honest, that's not really ideal. Lap 2's underway now, though. We don't know if it's going to be a safety car or anything for that. And we'll go from there, but crazy start. I'm going to go on Sky Sports, and I can tell you exactly what happened. How did Perez retire? I'm going to assume that one of the cars behind, which would have been Magnussen, sent up the inside and clattered into him. I'm going to get some recon for you now in a second. Maybe. Right, so this I'm going to tell you what's happened. So, 5 lights go off. Norris and Piastri both get away well, so Noda stalls on the grid. And then going into turn 1, Verstappen sends it on Piastri, spins Piastri round, spins himself round. So that was all Verstappen's fault. Verstappen spin round perfectly, doing Ferrari a good favour. And now I'm going to see what happened to Checo Perez. So Checo Perez fighting Bottas and Kevin Magnussen. He seems to have the place. Magnussen goes up the inside. Nah, that's so harsh. That is so horrible. So Magnussen goes round the outside of Perez. Leclerc sees an opportunity, goes to... No, Magnussen on the inside. So it goes 4 wide into turn 6. 4 wide. Near enough. So you got Magnussen on the inside, Leclerc on the outside, and then Bottas goes to the inside, clips Perez's rear wheel, and I don't know exactly why he's retiring, but it seems like he's got some sort of puncture. So there you go. That's what's happened. Stroll P9, yeah. But look at Leclerc, by the way. P8 already. I mean, Sainz said this isn't over until the final lap of the race. Here we are. You got Oscar Piastri last. Perez is out for his final race, which is honestly just get it over and done with. Do you know what I mean? Norris against Sainz, and then Leclerc's already P8 with some slower cars ahead. Nuts. He probably retired due to a severe rear tyre puncture. That's exactly what I'm thinking. He got hit quite nastily by Bottas. I don't even know what Bottas was trying to do. I think he saw the opportunity, and I think it's one of those. Hang on, I didn't even realise the virtual safety car's gone. Piastri already making moves. He is already ahead of Colapinto. Oh, never mind. Colapinto's going really slow for some reason. Okay, so he's obviously got some sort of engine failure. Sainz, 3 seconds behind Norris as we start lap number 4. I'm going to quickly go on Twitter to try and tell you what happened with Mr. Checo. Checo Perez loses drive and stopped his car at Sector 3. He loses drive for the 2nd race in a row. That's a bit dodgy, to be honest. Is it another one of those... do you know what? I bet it's another one of those cases. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's the same thing as Qatar. I mean, this time... I mean, Qatar, he spun on his own and then melted the clutch. This time, someone else crashed into him. And then he melted the clutch again. Ugh. Bring Ricciardo to that Red Bull seat? Please don't. That'd be the worst thing ever. If you lose his drive, must have been when Bottas hit him, his drive shaft. Either that or the same thing as Qatar, where he actually cooked his own clutch trying to spin back round. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. I would like to try and get an onboard of Perez, but I can't really do that. So we move. Lando Norris, 2.7 second lead over Carlos Sainz. Gasly, chilling, P3. Don't know how that's happening. Kevin Magnussen, by the way, P7 for Haas. If it stays as it is... Haas will take that P6 in the Constructors. McLaren will currently be scoring 25 points. Ferrari are getting 18 plus 4. So they're only scoring 22. Of course, there needs to be a 21-point swing between McLaren and Ferrari. Basically, Lando only needs a P7 and Piastri doesn't score points. And Ferrari gets a 1-2. That's actually no, that's just a complete blatant lie. What an idiot. Piastri's also pitting, by the way. Hang on. Piastri in the pits. A little bit of front wing damage. By the way, Valtteri Bottas is under investigation for causing a collision on Checo Perez. So I can give you some recon there. So yeah, Piastri's in. Must have been front wing damage, you'd have to assume. I'm still trying to get some... Hang on, no, I can give you some recon on Sergio Perez, why he has stopped and DNF'd. So he goes, wait, no, this is Verstappen. Can we get a replay, please? There was a replay that just happened. Hang on a second. Such a shame as well, because Perez had such a good start. Come on, they were literally just about to show a replay. Hold up, give me a minute. Come on, show it to me, please. Show and tell. Why are they not showing it now? Oh no, that wasn't even Perez. That was just a replay. That was just Verstappen overtaking someone. Wait. Right, so it looks like they won't be showing a replay of Mr. Perez. That's tough. Okay, anyway. 2.8 between Sainz and Norris at this stage. Oh, I've cocked it all up. Hang on. Max Verstappen team radio. That was super unlucky. I don't know what he's referring to, but it was super unlucky. Bottas went from P9 in qualifying to maybe getting a penalty for wrecking Perez. Every time Perez performs, the F1 god says no. That's exactly right. What was a Murray Walker quote? It was like something about like, oh, I forgot what the quote was, but it was just like, you're unlucky, and then you get even more unlucky, or something along those lines. But yeah, it does seem like that. Every time he's actually okay, it goes horribly wrong, out of his control. It's tough. If that is to be his final race in F1, nothing really to write home about. Of course, I'm being completely delusional. I think he is absolutely staying next season. Maybe Red Bull will look at that and give him a bit of sympathy and go, you know what, fine, stay in. Oscar Piastri team radio. I don't even know what he said. The only words I heard was well and champion. That's all I heard. Valtteri Bottas now stopping. And also, I can confirm Valtteri Bottas 10-second penalty for clotting into Perez. This is now an official statement by me, because I can read down there. That is what's happened. Leclerc potentially going for a move on Magnussen, easily gets it done before a corner even pops up. So Leclerc up to P7 now for Ferrari. Oh, that is the best team radio I've ever heard. Leclerc, on the radio, got told by his engineer, okay, we are B8, and Leclerc goes, woohoo! Verstappen's radio be like, mate, why is this car so fucking slow? Yeah, it definitely is, and Verstappen is slow. He's down 5 places, 1.7 seconds off Magnussen, Lance Stroll within DRS range. And best side tricks, it has been a very long time since I've seen you crop up in chat. How you doing, mate? Norris goes across the line to start lap number 7. No, lap number 8. Sorry, I wasn't updating the lap counter. That's one of the things that I consistently keep forgetting to do. But we're here. Piastri is, what, 22 seconds off Jack Doohan. And obviously, Doohan... I don't know. Given Piastri's current position, he can probably undercut his way to, like, P14. The thing that's going to be interesting, though, is... what is his strategy going to be? I mean, we already assumed it was going to be a 2-stopper. But will he stop again? Oh! Hang on, I have received some more recon. The reason Colapinto was going so slow on the VSC restart is that apparently, well, I can assume that Piastri's clotted into him because Piastri is under investigation for causing a collision. What am I supposed to say again? I don't remember, bud. Leclerc being so kid-like on the radio must have been the main highlight of the race. No, he actually went like, woohoo! Like, proper happy. Valtteri Bottas team radio coming through. He said he had nowhere to go, Valtteri Bottas, about that collision with Perez. Maybe brake. You know, like, brake. Don't go off the brakes and go up the inside. Just brake more. Nice one, dickhead. I actually really like Bottas. No longer. Not at all. Prick. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean that. Lap number 9 begins. Lando Norris, 3.2 second lead over Carlos Sainz. I think Ferrari's only hope here is that Sainz can go and win the race and Leclerc finishes like a P2 or a P3. But even then, like I said, it needs to be a 22, I believe. 21 to draw, 22 to win. A 22-point swing this race. Piastri will most certainly probably get back into the points given the speed of the car he's got. Although, to be fair, the field spread is very, very low, and we're almost a fifth of the way through. I don't know, actually. So, Piastri collided with Colapinto, and some part of Piastri's car got caught up under Colapinto's car, which makes him slower. Yeah, either that, or... Yeah, that, or Piastri's collided with him, and they've both got broken front wings. Actually, I could try and get some recon. Let me go on here quick. Because it was under the safety car, the VSC restart that caused it. Oh, that's nice. I didn't even see that. Colapinto said on the team radio before the race started, "Thank you, guys. Thank you for this many races. You've made my dream come true." That's nice, isn't it? Right, I want to see the, so there's the VSC. And then, when it went away, the track went clear, and they weren't even having the camera panned. Hang on, this is it. Hang on, no, I've got it. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, right, I see what, I understand what's happened now. So, it was going into turn 6, Oscar Piastri braked, and then Colapinto sort of just braked earlier, and drove, sort of veered left, and then Piastri braked like a couple meters too late and crashed into him. That's what's happened there. Wholesome R radio? Yes, exactly. A very wholesome R radio. What lap are we on now? Lap number 10, so let's update that. I know, I think on my my streams... Oh, no, you actually can't. Oh, okay, no. If you're on Twitch and Kick, you can actually see the lap count in the top right, but we have the big text on screen because it's better. Leclerc! Up to P6, the boy! Go on! We love this from Charlie. He's making some serious maneuvers, and he is only 3 tenths away from DRS on Nico Hülkenberg, and honestly, you know, he's only what? He's only 7 seconds off his teammate, which is P2, so Leclerc could very well be on his way to a P3 in this race, which, you know, mathematically, let's see, you got Sainz and Leclerc, 18 plus 15 is 33, Lando scoring 26, it's obviously not enough, even with a 2 and 3. They need a 1-2, and then a 1-2 would give them 25, it'd give them 44, which means Lando would need to score, like, I don't know. Ferrari's only chance is a 1-3, and then a Lando second, and a Piastri no points. That kind of area. I have no idea what to say. Don't say anything, boss. Just vibe. Lando, no chance into turn 1. Is that what his name is now? Lando, no chance into turn 1. Finally got a chance into turn 1. Yeah, he did. He actually didn't really do anything. He just sort of had a very mediocre start, and he was just sort of, you know, the chaos behind. You know, Verstappen clotted into his teammate, and then that was it. Lovely stuff. Bosch got away. And there you go. Lovely stuff by Lando. Finally didn't lose a place into turn 1. But yeah, like I said, Ferrari's only chance is Sainz winning this race and Leclerc finishing 3rd, or of course somehow Leclerc winning. That kind of thing. That's their only chance. If Lando wins this race, no matter what Ferrari do, it's done. And as, you know, at the current moment in time, 3.4 seconds between the top 2. Lando considerably moving away. Carlos Sainz, 8 hundredths. slower than Lando on the previous lap. Max Verstappen making some maneuvers, maybe. Where is he? Looking for a move on Fernando Alonso as Charlie is already looking for a move on Nico Hulkenberg. Liam Lawson fighting Lewis Hamilton. Keep in mind, Lewis Hamilton on the hard tyres. He's going to be a bit slower. We have Russell still trying to catch Gasly. Gasly, unbelievable driving from the lads so far. You know, P3 fighting off Hamilton. What a driver. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just class, isn't he? Then anything else going down? Not really. Not really. But definitely a couple absolute stinky final races for Bottas and Perez as Lance Stroll comes into the pits only after 12 laps on the medium tyre. I don't know if he had some damage or if that's a weird strategy. I thought the mediums would go longer than 12 laps, to be honest. Why does Haas feel like a junior Ferrari? I mean, junior Ferrari used to be Alfa Romeo and Sauber, but since they rebranded, Haas would be the junior Ferrari. Yeah, no, it definitely does feel like that. Definitely. I think now that they are Sauber, I mean, to be fair, they were always Sauber, but then they were... Actually, no, they weren't Sauber, were they? They were Alfa Romeo, like, that was their name. And that is obviously a direct junior team of Ferrari. But yeah, I know what you mean. Since they've rebranded it back to Sauber, it sort of feels like, you know, Haas is the main junior team. And I suppose it is, really. You got Ollie Behrman, who was a Ferrari Academy driver. He's now going to Haas. Mick Schumacher he went to Haas. And Max Verstappen moves up a place on Fernando Alonso, takes P7. Leclerc is P5. What a lad. Look at him go. Lap number 13 commences. Lando Norris 3.6 ahead of Sainz still. Sainz was only half a tenth slower than Lando on the previous lap, but Lando is consistently about half a tenth faster. Russell still chasing Gasly. Just can't get DRS. It's agonisingly close for him. We hope in a George Russell complete stinker, to be honest. And we are seeing a lot more cars stopping. K-Mag, Zhou Guanyu, Alex Albon, all making their first pit stops. You love to see it. So it looks like the medium tyre does actually only go about 12 laps. That's really bad, really. Like, that's really slow, to be honest. Lando Norris, a 10th up on Sainz through the first sector. It's all going to be a complete mishmash on the pit exit, but we see Oscar Piastri does get ahead of all of those cars, Albon, Zhou, and Magnussen. So he actually manages to undercut his way all the way back up to P14. Of course, still an incredibly long way to go to get back into the points, but, you know, the way it is, you know, once everyone else stops, he'll be 24 seconds behind the leader. Once everyone else stops, he could find himself into P10, but of course, he's going to have like 10 lap older tyres than everyone. So, there it is. Leclerc now looking to make a move on George Russell. He's 2.1 seconds behind. George Russell is within DRS range of Gasly now. Finally, only took him like 20 minutes. Franco Colapinto looking to be the earliest car to be lapped, probably, in like the turbo hybrid era. He is, well, about 3 seconds away from being lapped by Lando Norris, and we are only on lap 14. Nico Hulkenberg, Fernando Alonso making their first stops of the race. Hamilton going by, of course, shouldn't be stopping. Lawson stays out. What about Tsunoda? Tsunoda stays out, and Jack Doohan also stays out. So let's see where Piastri comes out in comparison to Hulkenberg and Alonso. Tsunoda has a lap time deleted for track limits. Let's see. So Hulkenberg... Oh, they're miles ahead. Oh, okay. What about... Actually, Alonso might be a little bit under pressure from his teammate. Let's see. On the pit exit, Fernando Alonso comes out. Would he be ahead of Stroll is the question. And that question is going to be answered with a yes. Now, actually, Alonso could do an ultimate team moment, give Stroll DRS, and then Piastri won't get by. But he hasn't done that, so it's not looking good for Stroll. He might get done by Piastri here. At this point, Hamilton has no chance of beating Leclerc unless Hamilton suddenly becomes an Ayrton Senna. I definitely think that it's quite similar to Sergio Perez. I know I keep bringing him up, but it's the best comparison I can think of, where his car is just not what he needs or wants. They're definitely prioritising Russell, which I suppose is fair enough considering Hamilton's leaving the team and Russell is going to be there for another like 3 or 4 years. They're definitely giving Hamilton a much shittier car One that, obviously, it's got the same upgrades and all that, but I just mean it's tuned more to Russell's driving style. And I do believe that is what's going on there. I hate Hamilton. Well, I hated Hamilton for a very long time. Not hated, just disliked him. But even I know that this isn't Hamilton, like, at optimal level. This is... No, he's not washed. He's not too old. Hamilton definitely can still do it. Now we're seeing a lot more cars pit. Hamilton, speaking of which, is now up to P6 in this race. He is 5 seconds off Verstappen. He's only like 10 seconds off his teammate. How is Max Verstappen doing? I only know like 3 F1 drivers. He's doing shockingly bad. He crashed into someone at the first corner and spun round, and now he is currently sitting P5, 4 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. Speaking of Charles Leclerc, 1.2 seconds behind Russell. That is big. Pierre Gasly pits and comes out just in front of his teammate, Jack Doohan. Of course, Jack Doohan yet to stop, so Gasly is already, with 15 laps in, he's already a whole pit stop ahead of his teammate. That's tough, really. Who else has stopped? Hulkenberg stopped, so if we take away about 20 seconds, he should be at... So Hulkenberg could find his way ahead of Verstappen when Verstappen finally decides to pit, which should be any lap now, considering the medium tyres are a lot more crap than I imagined. That does not sound like Verstappen. What happened? All I know is like the best or whatever. Yeah, no, he's just a bit clumsy sometimes. You know, sometimes he is a bit on the clumsy side. Leclerc's still 1.2 behind Russell. Yeah. Let's look at the sector time. So Leclerc was... Oh! Okay, Russell's pulled it back now, but Leclerc was like 7 tenths faster than Russell on that previous lap. That is some mighty pace. Anyone else stopping on this lap? Not looking like it. Piastri has got ahead of Stroll, so he's already up to P13, but look at the tyre difference. Piastri, 7 lap older tyres than Alonso, 8 laps older than Hulkenberg, and then, you know, you can sort of ignore Jack Doohan, Gasly on fresh hards. So, Piastri's got a lot of work to do. Gap between Norris and Sainz is 3.9 seconds. It's barely changed, as Colapinto has now been lapped. On lap 16, he's already been lapped. That is insane. Looking at the run to turn 6, I don't think we'll see any overtakes going on, as Leclerc is within DRS range of posh prick George Russell. Holy moly. Now, I think McLaren are going to start playing this a bit on the passive side, considering they've only got realistically 1 driver left in the running. Actually, no, that's a complete lie. Piastri can easily get up to P6 or 7 in this race still. But I think they'll be playing it a bit more passively with like the strategy and whatnot. So I reckon if Ferrari just give it some, they still have a little bit of a chance. Leclerc, though, he needs to get past Russell, realistically, let's be honest. Looking at the lap times, Leclerc is a whole second slower than Lando Norris on that previous lap. George Russell sets the fastest Sector 1 of anybody, and realistically, if Leclerc passes Russell, he then has an 11-second gap to cover to his teammate. That's numerous. That is quite large. Lando Norris team radio coming through. Lando says the tyres are maintaining, they're okay. A little bit struggly, but it's alright. So that's the comms from Lando saying the tyres are okay, so he might go for another 4 or 5 laps yet. I don't actually know if the undercut or overcut is going to be stronger here. I'm going to assume, because of how weak the medium tyres seem to be, the undercut's probably quite good. Gasly makes the overtake on Yuki Tsunoda. They are fighting, scrapping hard. This is a big move for Gasly if he can get it off, though, but Tsunoda is only... 3 tenths back. I think Tsunoda gets this move very easily into the whatever corner. He goes for it round the big bollocker corner, as David Croft called it, which is a bit interesting. They're still fighting. Gasly, of course, has a lot more grip, and I think Gasly has the place. And he does. Good bit of racing between them two. Lap number 18 now. 4.3 seconds between the top 2. How's Lewis Hamilton doing? That's one of the only other players. Bro just called them players. Oh, that's so cringe. He's currently P6, as you can see. Not doing great, but... Actually, no, considering where he started, he's doing fine, to be honest. He still has to stop, and when he does stop, he'll drop down to about P12. But he's not doing too bad. Leclerc just misses out on DRS. That's very cringe. I mean, drivers, you can tell. I know I can tell. Yeah, no, I understand. I completely understand that you don't watch F1. I get it. Don't worry. It's just, you know, like, it's like one of those things where it actually makes me go like, ugh. Oh, just stop. No, I understand completely. Lance Stroll has been given a black and white flag, which is a final warning for track limits. One more track limit warning for Stroll, and he will have a 5-second penalty coming his way. The main fight on track right now, I'd say, is Leclerc and Russell, and then you've got Alonso, Piastri, Stroll, and Magnussen. That's sort of the fights that are going on right now. Lando Norris kicks off lap number 19. And now, what we need to look at is, can Leclerc finally get DRS on George Russell? The top two, by the way, just monumentally faster than everyone else at the moment. 4 seconds between them. 29.2 by Norris, a 29 dead by Sainz, and then a 29.9 by Russell, and a 29.8 by Leclerc. Going into turn 1, can Leclerc get this DRS? It seems like Russell just is so much faster through Sector 1 and, Sector 1. And that's saving him. Sector 1, a 17.8 by Russell, an 18 dead by Leclerc. That is what's making the difference here. Is that Russell is just a lot faster through Sector 1. That's what's costing Leclerc at this current moment in time. No one else is really that close to each other, to be honest. The only battle I can really see is Hülkenberg on Tsunoda. 0.6 between them. Tsunoda hasn't stopped yet. 18-lap-old medium tyres compared to 5-lap hard tyres. Hopefully Hülkenberg gets this move done. That'll be a big move for Haas in the constructors. Of course, Haas need to outscore Alpine by, I believe, 6. Which at the moment isn't going to happen. Hülkenberg is like 6 seconds off Gasly. And he'll, of course, need to overtake Gasly and then blitz off into the distance. It's not looking too great. As, there you go. Hülkenberg makes the move. Good job, Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg? Who's Hülkenberg? I don't know who that is. That's a good overtake. Well done. Lap number 20 begins. Lando Norris stays out. Carlos Sainz also staying out. But this is what I mean. You see Leclerc, 0.8 going into the final sector. Look how much time he loses. 0.93. And then, 1.04. 1.09. 1.12. 1.125. 1.2. Into turn 1. 1.2 still. 1.3. So yeah, you could tell that Leclerc's Sector 1 is shocking compared to Russell. Russell was 17.9, Leclerc an 18.1. Again, it's costing him massively here. Okay, so how is I genuinely cannot remember any other drivers. Yeah, okay. Leclerc Team Radio, maybe this is a reference to his turn 1 and Sector 1 moment. He didn't say anything. A quality team radio coming through for Leclerc. He didn't actually say anything. Alright, sure. Good thing, boss. My internet is killing itself. It might actually just be my stream. I haven't actually looked at my short stream. It could just be my stream, to be honest. I was seeing a lot of reports from YouTube that my stream is lagging really bad, so it could just be that. The current bit rate is 455. See, hang on. Oh no, my stream seems fine. It just says there's a warning that it's slow. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, that's good to know at least. Right, lap number 21 now. Leclerc goes into the pittage. Ah. Taco Tanker says gay. I'm going to assume that's you meant to say hey. Hopefully. I mean, the G and the H are next to each other. It's very easy to do. But hello. How are ya? So Leclerc exits the pits. That's actually big that he's in a nice bit of clean air. You got Hülkenberg right behind him. Leclerc might actually be under threat from DRS. So he comes out on the brand new hards. Comes out behind Gasly. Huh. You've just got to hope that Leclerc's pace on these hards are going to be insanely quick. Hopefully. Anyway. So Hülkenberg going into turn 6. He's not going to go for a move. That is quite nice for Leclerc. Lando Norris pushing quite hard. Sets his personal best sector 1. He doesn't actually pit, though. He stays out to start lap number 22. McLaren, well, Norris at least, and Sainz might be going for a one-stop here, because there's only, 36 laps left? So, I don't know. Maybe they're going for a one-stop. Let's look at the sector times, though. So you got Verstappen, who he's improving, and he's 5 seconds behind Russell. Hamilton's only 5 seconds behind Verstappen. Hamilton's got really nice pace on them hard tyres. The hard tyres seem to be going a lot longer than people would have thought at this level of pace. Leclerc's sectors are pretty good, actually. A lot faster than everyone ahead of him, and he sets his personal best. Sector 3, so that Ferrari is looking very nice on those hards. Have you heard of the Library of Lobotomy Corroboration? No, I haven't, to be honest. I don't... what does that even mean? What kind of... What... Huh? No. Wasn't expecting that kind of message today. The Lobotomy Corroboration. No, never heard of it. Right. Anything going down? Got Lawson and Gasly. Gasly potentially going for a move into turn 6. Maybe. Potentially. Possibly. Does he send it up the inside or the outside? No, he's going to wait for the second DRS zone. That's honestly quite a good play. Liam Lawson with 14-lap older medium tyres compared to Gasly's 7-lap old hard tyres. DRS enabled for him. Going into the swooping Parabolica-esque corner. Here he goes. Is he going to get the move done? He's looking for it. And, no. No, he doesn't. Can I have my live chat back, please? Thanks, mate. Lap number 23 has begun. What's a half race distance? That's, what? Lap 27. No, lap 28. Okay, so lap 28 is, wait, no. No, it's lap 29. Duh! Okay. They're both honestly good games. Oh, they're games! Oh, I thought they were places. Oh, okay. I should play them, trust me. To be honest, I'll have a look. I don't play games, to be honest. I know, like, people get the impression that I just sit on my ass and do nothing but sit here and play games, which, to be honest, I kind of do. But when I'm not playing F1, and when I'm playing, I'm usually recording or streaming. When I'm not doing that, I'm usually just, like, watching YouTube, and that's about it. That's all I really do. And then every, like, couple hours, I'll go for a quick walk with the dog, or I'll do, you know, a bit of weightlifting. And that's me life summed up, really. But I'll have a look at them. Norris crosses the line, starts lap number 24, 3.8 seconds between himself and Sainz. Sainz 3/10 faster than Norris on lap 23, a tenth faster on lap 23, 2/10 faster. Ignore me, I can't speak anymore. Leclerc makes the move on Liam Lawson, gets up to P7. Now he's trying to make a move on Gasly. He's got a 6-lap tyre advantage. He's probably going to wait until the next DRS zone on the run into turn 6. Hamilton catching Verstappen quite quickly. He's on average 2/10 faster per lap. Well, excuse me. Valtteri Bottas looking for a move on Yuki Tsunoda. Not going to happen. Alonso currently gapping Piastri as Liam Lawson comes into the pits to make his first stop, and maybe only stop, to be honest. And this is actually a thing. If Piastri can't get his tyres to the end, he's going to have to make another stop. And that's going to put him way off it. Okay, I just want to quickly say, there is a quote. How do you think lobotomy corroborate... Okay, no, I thought the Library of Verena was a place, but lobotomy corroboration literally sounds like a company. I don't know. Leclerc making the move on Gasly. Go on. That'd be massive, and he gets it. Does he have DRS, though? No, he doesn't. That's not too great for Leclerc. He needs to defend hard against Gasly here. And then if he can, that's up to P6, and he's 12 seconds off Hamilton. Keep in mind, Hamilton, Verstappen, and Russell haven't stopped yet, which means Leclerc, if he can put some good lap times in, could potentially undercut all of them. He's already ahead of Hamilton and Verstappen. but he's going to have to pull... Actually, no, he might already be ahead of Russell on the undercut. That's big for Leclerc, really. I have a quote from Sergio Perez in the media pen. He says, I think the engine was already damaged before the touch with Bottas. Every time I changed the clutch, it slipped. I lost a lot of time on the straight. After the contact, I tried to recover the car, but the clutch was completely stuck. Huh. So that's what happened with Checo, so... Yeah, it was actually probably correct that Bottas damaged his drivetrain. That is probably what happened there. Lap number 25 now. Oh, the whole live timing's froze. Hang on a minute. Carlos Sainz has a lap time delete for track limits. We have a Liam Lawson team radio. Okay, you know what? I'll listen to it, but fine. The car dropped. Wait, Lawson's in again. Wait, why is Lawson stopping again? Oh, something's happening with Lawson here. Oh, that's tough. He said the car dropped. And does he have maybe a suspension issue going on there? That's tough, really. Lap number 26, gap between Norris and Sainz is 3.8 as Sainz is in the pits. Going for the undercut on Lando Norris. The undercut definitely works. And I don't know if Ferrari have pulled a masterclass here, but there's a chance that Sainz could be within a second of George Russell. No, maybe with Verstappen. I think Sainz might be looking for a bit of DRS. He's going to come out the pits a good couple of seconds behind Russell and a couple of seconds ahead of Verstappen. That is honestly a good stop by Ferrari. Well done. And as you can see, Leclerc comes out, what, 18 seconds behind his teammate. Wow, that's a large gap. Out of all of the possible game genres, what genre do you think the bottoming cooperation is with that? I'm going to say a horror game, to be honest. I think it's a horror game. So let's look at Leclerc's pace. He's doing a 28.9. Norris a 29.2. So Leclerc, 3 tenths up on Norris on this lap. He is 7 tenths up on Hamilton. He's 9 tenths up on Verstappen. He's 2 seconds... Okay, yeah, no, he's flying. It's a monster management simulator. So a half horror game, kind of. Anyway, Lando Norris making his pit stop. Let's see what the Sainz undercut is looking like. I don't think he'll gain too much. He's been stuck behind Russell. But, you know, he might be able to gain a second or two, maybe. He comes round the final corner as Russell veers off into the pits. Okay, what about Liberia Marine? I'm going to say that's like a puzzle game. That sounds like a puzzle game. Sainz comes round the final corner. Hang on, this is going to be quite close. Sainz with the undercut comes out. Definitely a little bit closer to Norris. The gap is going to be 1.6. Sainz gains 2 seconds with the undercut. And his tyres are going to be warmed up. Hang on. Hang on. This is big for Sainz. Fastest sector 1 as well. Come on, Sainz. Liam Lawson is under investigation, or it's been noted for being released in an unsafe condition for Liam Lawson. Not really what you want for the lad, but we move. Sainz 1.6 behind Norris, and yeah, this is what it's going to come down to. Can Sainz go on and win this race? Leclerc, by the way, is, he is 3 seconds ahead of Russell, which means going by that logic, he will be way ahead of Hamilton and Verstappen when they both stop, meaning Leclerc will be up to P3 in this race. Oscar Piastri is now back into the points, so there is a decent chance he'll have to stop again. George Russell overtakes Pierre Gasly on the brand new tyres. Gasly's tyres 12 laps older. It is looking like the one stop has been a much better strategy. It's looking like from this current moment, we are halfway through the race now. It's looking like the one stop was by far the better strategy. And Norris, a really good sector 3, puts 2 seconds between himself and Sainz now. Verstappen, he's actually hanging on quite well. He's only 6 seconds behind these two. Hamilton in 3.5 seconds behind Verstappen. Hamilton showing some really good pace right now. Once he stops, he will drop down to about P10 though. So, not great, but, you know, he's moving on nicely. Franco Colapinto is in for his second stop of the race. Of course, his first stop was a front wing change because Piastri carted into him from behind, or a rear wing change, or some sort of change. It went a bit wrong for him. Looking at the constructors' fight between, what's it called? Haas and Alpine. Gasly, currently P7, so he'll be scoring a nice 6 points for Alpine. Haas only getting 4 points. There needs to be a 5 or 6 point difference at the end if Haas want to overtake Alpine. So basically, Gasly needs to not score points, and then Hulkenberg needs a P7 or better if Hulkenberg wants to get that P6 in the constructors for Haas. Colapinto, by the way, looking like he's going to be retiring from the race. He is currently still in the pits for the best part of, you know, about a minute now. So I reckon he is going to be retiring from the race, which is a very tough way to end your F1 career, his current F1 career. We don't know when he'll be back, if he'll be back. We just don't really know, to be honest. Verstappen and Hamilton staying out even longer. Verstappen, 28 laps on the mediums. He is the driver that has used the mediums the longest by 5 laps now. Hamilton on the hards, you can expect him to be out for a little while longer, of course, also going for the one stop. Library Arena is like a strategy card game that's jam-packed with way too much lore. I hate those types of games, but I'll still look at it. But I'm not a fan of card games and like strategy games because I'm not smart enough. That's why I've stopped playing F1 Manager, because I'm just too stupid to actually, like, work it. Do you know what I mean? Nick Hulkenberg Team Radio, currently sitting P8. It's definitely not one stop, is what Hulkenberg says. I'm going to assume he's referring to himself, saying that his tyres won't make it to the end. Liam Lawson now under investigation for that unsafe release, which is a bit tough for him. We move. I don't know how to describe it. Well, you can try your best. I can also now confirm, as you can see, Colapinto's out of the race. A very tough way to end your final race in F1 for now. But I suppose... yeah, nothing he really could have done. He just got unlucky. Do you know what I mean? Moving on to lap 30 now, and Verstappen is in the pits. Finally, let's see where he comes out. So he's currently, he should drop down to maybe P9 or P10, roughly. Let's see. So Leclerc's obviously going to go through, Russell goes through, Gasly goes through, Hulkenberg goes through, and then there's Alonso and Piastri is going to come out behind. So he should snip into maybe P11. I think he might have had a bit of a slow stop as well. Yuki Tsunoda, black and white flag for track limits. One more track limits warning and he gets a 5-second penalty. Lance Stroll looking to get past Verstappen, and he's going to do it. Max Verstappen drops out of the points after his pit stop, and he's actually going to be fighting with Alex Albon on the pit exit. Alex Albon could get Verstappen with the DRS into turn 6 if Verstappen's not careful. Let's have a look at it. Albon... yeah, not going for the move to turn 5. You wouldn't really want to do that, really. Leclerc's pace, by the way, looking really, really strong. 28.5, that is, you know, on pace with the front runners. So is George Russell, though. The whole plot of the game is that you invite people to the library and then kill them to turn them into books. It's a very interesting concept. Liam Lawson's in the pits again, by the way. And I think it's safe to assume that he is going to be retiring from the race. Max Verstappen Team Radio. Hang on! We have another collision! We have another collision! Valtteri Bottas, Kevin Magnussen crashing into each other. Bottas is on an absolute tear at the moment. That shouldn't cause any... you know, safety cars or red flags, because it's now a green flag again, which would have been really handy for Hamilton. Verstappen says, can we get 20 seconds, please? Can we ask for 20 seconds, please? Stupid idiots. Not entirely sure what that's referring to, but I'm glad Bottas has, you know, add another crash and potentially out of this race. That pleases me massively. Like, that's really good. After today, my reputation with Bottas has gone from, yeah, I like him, to I hate you because of what he did to Sergio Perez. And now you get comeback, you get payback because of what's happened to him now. Kevin Magnussen in the pits, he must have had front wing damage. I'm going to try and get some recon on what happened between himself and Bobo. Let's have a look. So Magnussen goes round. Oh, wow. Sky Sports have only just got to the, like, Valtteri Bottas, like, driving slow. Here we go. So Magnussen goes for the move around the outside, and he tries to sweep it in, and Bottas locks up and goes straight into Magnussen. So another mistake by Bottas, costing Perez's race, now costing Magnussen's race, and now also costing his own race. Valtteri Bottas, you are a mongoose. And Bottas is in the pits, and I believe he is going to be... Will he retire or already come back out? Who knows? Gap between Norris and Sainz, 1.9 seconds, definitely still playable. Lewis Hamilton's still out on those hards. He's going to be, you know, way behind Leclerc at this stage. He's going to be, well, about 20 seconds, so he'll drop down to 39. He'll go to about P10, maybe just ahead of Verstappen. Bottas under investigation. That should be a slam dunk, another 10-second penalty for Bottas, and I believe Bottas is going to be retiring from the race, so whatever they give him won't matter. Kevin Magnussen, Team Radio. Isn't that just effing great? Is the comm from Magnussen, and I know exactly where he's coming from. That is extremely tough, because there's nothing you can do. Bottas just locks up, and then yeah. Oh, wait. I didn't even know that. I did not know that Verstappen got a penalty. Oh, when did that happen? Oh, okay. So Verstappen got a penalty, so that's why he was, like, a bit slow in the box. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh. Oh, wait, so for that collision with Piastri, he got a 10-second penalty. So, Max said, can we ask for stupid idiots? That's what that was referring to. Oh, right, I see. I got it. 2.1 seconds between Sainz and Norris still. It's going to be quite close near the end, this. As Oscar Piastri and Stroll make their second stops of the race, and for some reason Stroll is like 5 seconds ahead of Piastri. So Piastri, potential slow stop. That's tough. It's getting even worse for Piastri in this race. He drops down to P16 or P15, sorry, but he does have the what's it called? Brand new hards, so he should be able to catch up to everyone else fairly quickly. Kevin Magnussen has stopped for softs. Which, like, yeah, you're going to be quite quick, but couldn't the softs do 25 laps? No. Oh, what is this cringe Roblox Tycoon R song? Get out. Oh, wait. Look at the field spread. Like, there's not a single close fight going on. You got 2.3, 18, 2, 3, 7, 2, 8, 2.5, 7, 4, 7, 6, 3.5, 4, 26, 15. Like, there's the smallest gap is what? 1.8 between Hulkenberg and Gasly. That's the closest fight on track right now. How boring! Lap 35 begins. We are well over half race distance. Magnussen has a lap time deleted for track limits. He hasn't got a black and white flag yet, so he's still okay. Valtteri Bottas team radio coming through. He said that was a shit ending, and then his engineer said not the way we wanted it to go. So, fair enough. Live timing is frozen. I don't know if it's, you know, going to resume or I'm going to have to hit a little refresh. I'm not entirely sure yet, which is very cringe, you know? It just is. Like, it is. But, like I said, it's one person running this. I can't really bash them too hard. Let's see. Oh, no, it's down. Okay, that's cooked. So we're on lap 35, and the live timing is down. That's not really what you want. No, wait. Oh, no, we're back. We are so back. Never mind. Thank you for getting that back up nice and quickly. Well done. Oh, hang on. Wait, look. In the time that the live timing froze, Lewis Hamilton has stopped. He's come out P7, and he's on the fresh medium tyres. His pace should be unbelievable at this stage. Verstappen and Alonso both have DRS, though. Nothing's going to happen into the parabolic like corner. My internet, dude, yeah, is it tough? Luckily for me, I have had many days and weeks and months of having really bad internet, so I know how it feels. Luckily now, though, my internet, hopefully, for the remaining future, at least for a while, should be okay. I mean, to be fair, the internet provider I've got, it's never really, like, randomly gone down, which is extremely fortunate. I know there's a lot of internet broadcasting areas that, like, providers where it will just randomly go off at certain times, but no, mine's been quite good. It's never really gone down unprovoked. If it has, they've like had a scheduled maintenance, so that's really cool. Fernando Alonso and Max Verstappen, there is only 0.4 seconds split between them. Hamilton is gone, as you can expect. Personal best sector 1 at 17.7 is lively. Charles Leclerc, 20 seconds off his teammate. He is not going to be troubling them whatsoever. His main fight now is to stay ahead of Russell. Keep in mind, if Sainz wins this race and Leclerc finishes third, that will give, as Verstappen overtakes Alonso into turn 6, that will give Ferrari, 30 points. And then Norris will be getting 18, so that is only, wait, no, it's 40 points. Yeah, no, it's 40. So, basically, if Sainz wins, Leclerc finishes third, Norris finishes second, Piastri doesn't score points, Ferrari will win the Constructors' Championship, I think. Let's see. I mean, yeah, Ferrari will get 40. And then Norris gets 18. That's a 22-point difference, and that will be enough. So, yeah, basically, it's pretty much, you know, if Sainz wasn't already under pressure, it is now completely down to Sainz whether McLaren or Ferrari will win this Constructors. Can I ask you something very important? I suppose so, yeah. Yeah, you can. But yeah, if you didn't want any more pressure, Sainz, it's quite literally down to you. If you go and win this race, you will win Ferrari the Constructors. If you don't win this race, then you won't win the Constructors. And that's as simple as it gets. And now it's like, it's a situation where I don't really know what to talk about, because it's got to a stage where the field spread is quite strong, and no one's really going for overtakes. The only thing that can really go down is Piastri overtaking Stroll. Piastri, by the way, if no one else stops, which is probably, there'll probably be quite a lot more pit stops, but if no one else, no one else stops, he is 76, he's 20 seconds off points. Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or games but no... What the fuck did I just read? Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or unlimited games but no games? I've had an aneurysm. Anyway, Are we on lap 38 yet? Yes, we are. So we got Norris, a 28 dead. Sainz, a 28.2. The gap increases to 3.3 seconds. Leclerc, a 28.3. Russell, a 28.5. Gasly, a 29.2. Is the top 5 lap times from the field. Fernando Alonso making his second stop of the race. He is going to come out. Let's see. He's already at the pit exit. It'll be quite massive if he stays ahead of Piastri, if you're a Ferrari fan. Which one? But your question makes no sense. You're basically asking, would I rather have unlimited bacon or nothing? You're saying, would I rather have unlimited bacon, but no games, or, you know, whatever bacon I've got and no games? So I'd take the first option. You know, yeah. Also, Alonso stays well ahead of Stroll and Piastri, so that's quite good if you're a Ferrari fan. It's still not looking too great, though. You have got to hope that Sainz pulls something magical together. Sainz sets his personal best lap of the race, and, well, it's still 2 tenths of Lando Norris. Lando Norris also sets his personal best Sector 1 as the live timing is down again. Again. Tough. Is there anything even close going on? You got Stroll and Piastri, and that's about it. There's nothing really else close going down, to be honest. We can actually see, I've never really read these before, because, to be honest, I'm not intelligent enough to know how it's going to affect stuff, but we have 30-degree track temperature, 26-degree air temperature, and a 58, is that 58 chance of rain or a 58 humidity? I don't know. And then 1.7 mile an hour wind. That's hilarious. I've just seen something on the internet. It's all going horribly wrong for most of these drivers. They are obviously feeling the fatigue of 24 races in a season. You've got Bottas, who was under investigation twice. He's stopped because of damage twice and got a penalty. Piastri is stopped for damage twice. He was under investigation twice. And he's been given a penalty. I don't know what that penalty is, but he's been given one. I think that's what that means anyway. Magnussen stopped twice. He was under investigation twice. Verstappen pitted once. Investigation, penalty. Zhou Guanyu, pitted, investigation, penalty. Lawson, investigation, penalty. Perez, investigation. And Colapinto under investigation. Like, they are all just ready to sack it off and go home. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've actually had enough. Brazil? Yes, Brazil. What about Brazil? I like Brazil. I'd like to go there one day, but, you know, can't really. Big up Lucas Paquetá, that's my guy. Lap number 41 now. The gap is 4.6 seconds. Something has gone miserably wrong for Sainz on that previous lap. It is going to come in Sector 3. Actually, no, in Sector 2, it's okay, to be honest. His lap time's okay. It's just Norris' lap time was that much better, especially in the Sector 2 and Sector 3 departments. 27.7 for Norris, as Hamilton is looking to set the fastest lap of the race. Can't quite do it, but a 27.7 is also fucking lively. He's only 1 second off Gasly. Go on, Hamilton. We love this from you. On the alternate strategy, everyone else on hard tyres, Hamilton on the mediums. Go on, son. He's having a blinder. Yeah, not looking great for Ferrari anymore, as Norris has now put 5 seconds between himself and Sainz. That is absolutely mental pace from Norris. He comes across the line, and he's still under 27, so the 27.8. Carlos Sainz crosses the line, that's under 28 dead, so only a tenth and a half between them, nearly 2 tenths. Leclerc is still 20 seconds back. He is closing in a little bit, but his lap times are considerably down on his teammate and Lando Norris. Lando Norris team radio coming through. I have just heard a crazy radio message from McLaren and Lando Norris. Lando Norris's engineer asks Lando, if we stopped and Sainz stayed out, do you reckon you could pass him on new tyres? And Lando went, yeah, I think so. Are McLaren thinking of pitting Lando, coming out ahead of Charlie, recatching Sainz, passing Sainz, and getting the fastest lap? But I don't think they need. I don't think they need to. I don't think it's. They don't need to. Realistically, Lando, 5-second gap to Sainz, will most likely win this race, and that's all McLaren need. It doesn't matter what Ferrari do. Ferrari are 2 and 3. Ferrari are scoring what? They're getting 18 and 15, so they're getting 33 points. McLaren getting 25. That's only like an 8-point difference, where Ferrari has a 22-point difference. So I don't really see the point of risking that. They might as well just stay out and, you know, go and win the Constructors for free. They don't need to stop. It's not necessary. Hamilton overtakes Pierre Gasly. He is now up to P5. That's a quality drive by Hamilton so far. 14 seconds off Russell. I would love it. Absolutely love it if Hamilton go and catch Russell and pass him, because that means that over Russell's time at Mercedes and Hamilton's time at Mercedes between 2022 and 2024, Hamilton would score more points than Russell, and that would be a really nice record to have, because it not only means that Russell can go and cry in a corner like a little bitch, it also means that Jenson Button remains the only driver to beat Hamilton. Nice. That number 43, I'm already on it somehow. I don't even remember typing it. There's only 15 laps left of the F1 season. 15 laps is all that remains of this F1 season. That's it. That's pretty crazy, to be honest. I mean, I keep saying it, my brain, even though there's not much in it, my brain still thinks we're back in like August, September, and we're taking on the Belgian Grand Prix, or the Dutch Grand Prix, or the Italian Grand Prix. The fact that we are already here, it's the final race of the season, we're almost done with the final race of the season. It's pretty crazy. It's mad. But what a quality season. It's quite... I was saying it earlier, like my stream yesterday. It's quite interesting how this season has been one of the more entertaining, in a while. We have had a sort of active championship battle. Not really, but kind of. And, you know, a very, very close fight for the Constructors. And, you know, we've had 4 different teams with multiple race winners. We've got Lando with 3, maybe 4 wins coming soon. Leclerc has 3 wins. Sainz has 2. Hamilton has 2. Russell has 2, I think. Verstappen has like 7 or 8. Or I think 9 now. I think it is 8. You know, we've got Lando and Verstappen, both with 8 poles each. Every single weekend there's a different car at the top, whether it's the Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes. Very, very good season. However, this has been the least interested in F1 that I've ever been. And when I say the least interested, of course I'm still hyper locked in, but I have missed a lot of watch-alongs this season. I remember back in like, I don't even know, like early like February and early March, when you had the Australian Grand Prix, the Chinese Grand Prix, and the Japanese Grand Prix. 3 races in a row. I don't think it was a triple header, but I know the Chinese and Japanese were double headed. And I was basically, for nearly a whole month, I stayed awake like, you know, all night and slept all day, and it was the most cooked thing of all time. But between, like, Silverstone and, like, Singapore, I didn't really watch F1, let alone stream it, and then I also took a massive break from, like, general content, even though this season's been fantastic. But, you know, we're back now, we're locked, we're hyped. We've got 14 laps, 15 laps left of the season. Norris leading by 5 seconds now over Sainz. It's looking extremely bleak for Ferrari. Like I keep saying, you know, what's it? If Sainz wins this race, McLaren win the Ferrari win the constructors, unless Piastri has a little comeback. And to be honest, as you can see, he is only a second away from a point. And if he gets that point, I still think Ferrari won't win. They'll be tied on points if Sainz wins the race. Of course, if Norris wins the race, then McLaren win, and it doesn't matter. But I'm saying, if Sainz wins this race, and Leclerc finishes third, and then Piastri scores 1 point, they should be on equal points. And then it will go to McLaren because they've won more races this year. So yeah, that's quite interesting. But I don't think Sainz wins this race at all. He is, you know, considerably slower per lap. That lap 3/10 slower than Norris. I wonder how Ferrari fans are, like, thinking about Sainz. Are they thinking, like, you're trying your best, keep pushing, you never know what happens? Or are they thinking, you absolute pony, you tosser, you've cost us a chance at this Constructors? What's the vibe? Is it sympathetic or is it abusive? Who knows? I don't support Ferrari that much, so I don't really know. Is this the same Lando Norris radio? Okay, so we're getting recon from McLaren that apparently Leclerc on 25 lap old tyres is starting to struggle with graining. That's good to know. That tells you that, you know, you're up, Meridian. It tells you that the tyres aren't that great. But I still... Surely McLaren don't pit Norris and go on, like, the softs. Surely they don't do that. Surely not. That would be ridiculous. They can't do that. They win the Constructors for free. Sainz is not catching Norris and Leclerc ain't catching them. Just stay in P1. I can't believe that was even a question asked by Norris's engineer. The fact that he actually went up to him on the radio and said, if we stopped, could you go and pass Sainz again? What kind of question is that? You don't need to do that, do you? Like, oh, I don't even know. It just seems unnecessary. Maybe no, they can't be talking about a potential safety car, because he said, do you think you can catch and pass Sainz? But I mean, I wonder, actually, this could be quite interesting. If there was to be another late safety car like in 2021, will McLaren pit? Because I think they definitely do. If McLaren stop, they only lose 1 place to Sainz. If Sainz doesn't stop, they have to stop. Because that was the thing about 2021 that always confused me, is that Verstappen was always going to stop. Like, this is the thing that I never really understood. Is that I know, like, people say, oh, they changed the rules and it was robbery. But realistically, Hamilton was on hards, Verstappen was on hards. At this moment in time, has McLaren won the title? Yes. If Norris wins the race, no matter what Ferrari do, McLaren win. But in 2021, this is what confuses me. Hamilton was on hards, Verstappen was on hards. If Hamilton pitted, he would have been on softs, Verstappen would have been on hards. If they both stopped, Hamilton would have been winning still, and then he just had to defend, which he would have done because he had the same tyres. All Mercedes had to do was stop Hamilton for softs, and no matter what Verstappen did, Hamilton would have either been in front of Verstappen and on fresh softs, or behind Verstappen, but Hamilton's on fresh softs, and Verstappen's on old hards. I don't really understand why that's never spoken about. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on. We are on lap 48. 10 laps remaining of the F1 season. Norris leading by 6 seconds over Sainz. Leclerc, his lap times are actually better than Sainz now. That shows you how much they're falling off. As Oscar Piastri overtakes Tsunoda and now has a 3.5 second gap to Alonso. But Tsunoda fighting back. Go on, Tsunoda. I hate you. I don't hate you. I hate, you know, people saying that you should go to Red Bull because I like Perez. No hard feelings. It's just, it's like if saying, like, you know, West Ham want to sign, like, some random winger to replace Jared Bowen. I don't mind the winger who you're signing, but I don't want you to get rid of Jared Bowen. So that's the kind of vibe, do you know what I mean? I like you, I just don't want you to succeed. I'm preying on your downfall is what I'm thinking of. Anyway, we are starting lap number 49 now. Lando Norris is only about 4 or 5 seconds away from lapping his teammate. What happened to Oscar? He got spun round by Verstappen at turn 1, and then he crashed into Colapinto, which was completely his fault. So he's had to do like 3 pit stops. So that's why he's there. Verstappen almost doing Ferrari a favour, but of course, given Sainz's, I don't know how to call it. Is Sainz dropping a stinker? Is he too pressured? Or is the car just not it? It could be any of those things. Whatever the case is, Sainz has just not been anywhere near Norris. He's kept the gap nice and close. He was only like 3 or 4 seconds behind before the stop. Then Sainz undercut Norris and got the gap down to 1.6 to 2 seconds, but Norris has just been considerably faster. Although, on that previous lap, Sainz was quicker by half a tenth. Who knows? Hamilton, look at Hamilton! That gap was like 16 seconds 5 or 6 laps ago. The gap now is only 8 seconds between Hamilton and Russell. Please, Hamilton. I usually prey on your midfall. I just hope you sort of vibe and you don't really do anything special, because I can't be arsed with how the media are going to portray it. Although, to be fair, when he won Silverstone, I've not really heard anything of it since. I thought once Hamilton won Silverstone, they weren't going to shut up about it for the next 17 years. But Hamilton, I would love for you to overtake Russell and finish ahead of him and score more points, because that shows 2 things. Number 1, that, you know, Russell's a little crybaby bitch and a posh prick. That also means that Hamilton has still got it, and that means that Hamilton, from like P17 or wherever it was, has fought back and got ahead of Russell, whereas Russell has started within the top 6. That would be really cool. Previous lap as well, as you can see, Hamilton 9 tenths faster than Russell. Come on, Hamilton, for the boys. I reckon when Hamilton moves to Ferrari, he is going to have so many more supporters. I am one of them. I reckon, actually, I don't actually dislike Hamilton. I just dislike Mercedes. I reckon that's probably what's going on there. But we'll wait and see. I'm really excited to see Hamilton in a Ferrari. I think that's a really cool prospect and a really cool image. That'd be really cool. Especially if he succeeds. If he wins races and maybe wins a championship, that would be the best possible way to end an already insane career, don't you think? Norris's gap is 5.2. I believe he might have got caught up in a little bit of traffic with Mr. Lance Stroll. Sitting in P13. Not really done anything silly thus far, so you know what? Stroll, crack on. Norris as well is... I can't actually... He's like 2.5 to 3 seconds away from lapping his teammate, which... That's pretty crazy. Why did the lap count just go from 49 to 51? Oh god, I don't know if we're on lap 50 or 51. I don't know. As soon as I get an accurate number, I will tell you and write it down. Oscar Piastri, Team Radio. Stay calm, the pace is there, no risk of an accident. P9 is still on. Well, realistically, that's going to not only put Piastri under more pressure, but also, like, are McLaren just not real? Are they, like, AI? Are they, like, you know, issues up here? Norris is pissing and shitting on the competition. He's got a 5-second lead over Sainz, and it isn't getting any smaller. All Norris needs to do is drive around for 7 laps and win. If Norris wins, Piastri can DNF now, and it wouldn't matter. Stop! Just stop! Norris has got it in the bag. Do you know what I mean? Relax. It's all good. Oh, it annoys me. They're getting so under pressure. Works out for no reason. Norris is doing it for the boys. He's there. He's cooking. Wait, as Hamilton? Oh my god. Hamilton, you better go and, like, slip Magnussen a tenner after this race. Hamilton has got DRS from Magnussen while lapping him. And because of that, the gap is now down to 5.7. between Hamilton and Russell. So Hamilton's basically got to do about a second a lap at this stage, which he's doing, roughly. He's doing like 0.9 a lap. It's going to come down to the final like lap or so. And also, their medium tyres are going to start wearing away a little bit, so I don't know how it's going to go. Let's see. I want to see Hamilton's pace through Sector 3. That's what I want to look at. Lap 52 now. What's it going to be? So it's 5.3. 5.2. Still 5.2. Yeah, Hamilton's Sector 3 really isn't that impressive. Russell does a 28.2. Hamilton a 27.3, so another 9 tenths taken out, but 9 tenths is gonna put it down to the last lap. That's crazy. Oscar Piastri overtakes Lance Stroll. Wait, no. Who did... Oh, no, it was Tsunoda and Stroll fighting. My bad. So Tsunoda overtakes Lance Stroll, which... Oh, okay, so Stroll got past Tsunoda, Tsunoda got back past Stroll. Got it, okay. Zhou Guanyu looking for a move on Jack Doohan. Jack Doohan's first race in Formula 1, not doing brilliantly, to be honest. Zhou Guanyu makes the move. If you're getting overtaken by Zhou Guanyu, that's not really a great prospect, is it, to be honest? Sector 1's coming through. Russell, half a tenth slower than Hamilton. Half a tenth is not that promising. Hamilton needs a bit more if he wants to go and get that place. Lap number 53 now. No more traffic between Norris and Piastri. It is looking like Piastri. I don't know if Piastri will get lapped by Norris, because Piastri's pace is actually okay. He was only 2 tenths slower than Norris on that lap. I reckon Piastri can easily get P9 here, which will just even further solidify McLaren's win. Gasly has been flying recently, definitely. Gasly, driver of the last 3 races. That's the award that I give to him. P3 at Brazil. P4 or P5 at Qatar, and now he's looking like he's going to get a P7 here at Abu Dhabi, all but confirming Alpine's P6 in the Constructors. What a comeback. Start of the season, they were the worst car by a mile, the true tractor, and now they're looking like they're going to go and get P6 in the Constructors. Of course, you know, you take away the last 3 races, or 4 races, they're nowhere. Take away Brazil, that's 18 and 15, so that's 33 points less. You take away Qatar and it's P4 or P5, that's another 10, 12 points. That's like 40-something points that they're not in 2 races, which is absolutely nuts. And of course today another P7, that's another like 6, or was it 6? 1, 2, yeah, another 6 points. If Haas wanted to get P6, they need Gasly to drop out the points and Hulkenberg to finish 7th or higher if they want Haas to finish P6. Of course, that's not going to happen as it stands. And once again, Norris has cooked. Look at the gap now. 7.5 between what's his name? Sainz, that's it. Sainz and Norris. As Oscar Piastri overtakes Alex Albon up to P10 in the points, which now, more than anything, truly, actually, it doesn't even truly, just further secures it. Do you know what I mean? Gap between Russell and Hamilton, 3.5. Hamilton fastest Sector 1. Russell does a 17.5. Hamilton does a 17.4. Come on, Hamilton! There's 4.5, well, there's 3.5 laps, 55. There's 4.5 laps left. You're 3.5 seconds behind. Come on! Do it for the boys! I'd love that for him. Come on. 7-lap newer tyres. I don't know how the mediums are going to be living at this stage, though. I don't know. Oscar Piastri should very easily get a P9 today. He's only 4 seconds behind Alonso. He's got... Actually, his tyres are older than Alonso's. Actually, it might not be. It might come down to the wire, to be honest. I feel bad for Lando because people are still hating that he win the award. But I think Lando expected a champion. I don't know. I don't think whether Lando expected or didn't expect a championship fight. Realistically, he's had the fastest car and not delivered. Which, you know, Verstappen did in 2021. Leclerc kind of did in 2022 before, you know, doing a bit of a Norris and crashing. People hate on him because he's had the fastest car for a while in most races. Obviously some, not quite, but definitely most. And he's not really come anywhere near close to beating Verstappen. That's why people hate him, because he has bottled a lot of things. There are so many pole positions he has lost the lead on turn 1 and gone on to not win the race. Those kind of things definitely cost him. He could have very easily won this drivers. Very easily. You know, even like, if you want to go nitpicky and you say like, you know, like Baku, for example, went out in Q1. If he didn't go out in Q1, got like a top 5 in quali, he probably could have won the race. That's another like 10-15 points, plus what he's gained today. I understand why people hate on him. All that, like, where they actually get verbal, that's a bit cringe. But, like, you know, people thinking he's not as good as a driver as he really is, I can sort of understand. But you've also got to consider the recency bias of F1 fans. They don't really think beyond, like, a couple of races. That's why it always pains me when people say that Perez is this old, horrible driver. When, like, realistically, between, like, 2017 and 2020, he was one of the better drivers on the grid. And even, like, 2022, he was one of the better drivers on the grid. 2021, he was pretty good. It's just the last 2 seasons, realistically. That's it. It's just the last 2 seasons. So, yeah, just, I don't know. I just hate recency bias. But anyway, we've got 3 laps remaining of this season. Lewis Hamilton, 1.6 behind Russell. Come on, Hamilton! Let's go, Lewis! Wait, no, I'll get copyright for that. I can't play that. I was going to play Hamilton's song, but I just will get copyright striked, and I'm not really in the mood, to be honest. Because, I mean, I could just, like, take it out afterwards. Like, I could usually just remove the clip and I won't get copyrighted, but I still like this, like, little bit. You know what? Okay, no, fuck it. Let's just play it. Come on! Do it for the boys. I don't even care about the copyright strike. Just get on with it. Lap number 57. Final 2 laps of the season. I should read... Okay, you know what? For the final lap, I'll play the Lando Norris song. I'll do that. 1.2 between them now. Come on! Oh. Can't wait to see Lewis in Ferrari in Australia round 1. That's going to be an unbelievable moment in time. I can't wait for it. .1 between the Mercedes cars. It's gonna come down to the final lap. It's definitely gonna come down to the final lap to see who will finish ahead of the other and score the most points for Mercedes. Wait, no! Wait! Okay, no. I thought Hamilton might have just slipped DRS. He might still get it. On Russell, he is going to get it, maybe, into turn 6. Norris making his way round the final couple of corners to start the final lap of the race. We'll leave this on for a couple of seconds. Norris starts the final lap of the race. McLaren have been up and down, as they always are. You know, you can never say their season's been flawless, because that's never happened, really, apart from maybe Red Bull's 2023. But yeah, Lando is driven brilliantly today, completely diffed signs in every possible manner, and I think now we'll get that off, and we'll get this on. This is the Lando Norris song. Wait, yellow flag sector. Liam Lawson! Liam Lawson has stopped by the side of the track. I don't think that'll make much of a difference. Actually, that could complete... they're gonna... Okay, no. Wait, it's a green flag again. Okay, good. We love you, Lando. We do. I like Lando a lot. And he's driven brilliantly today. So, fair play to him. Here he comes. He's going to finish Sector 2. He's actually almost going for the fastest lap, nearly. Lewis Hamilton, 0.7 between himself and Russell. Here he goes. Can we see a final lap overtake by Lewis Hamilton. What a historic moment that would be. Lando Norris entering the final few corners. Unbelievable drive by Lando today. Definitely helping out McLaren since what happened to Piastri. Here he comes, round the penultimate corner. Fair play, Lando. Well done, McLaren. McLaren, after 26 years, are the Constructors' Champions of the world. Lewis Hamilton fighting Russell into the Parabolica. He's gone for it, I think. Go on, Hamilton! Go on, Hamilton! Yes! Go on! Keep it! Go, 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 go! Come on! That's my guy! Let's go! Come on, Hamilton! I can't believe I am actively supporting Hamilton. What a time to be alive. Lando Norris wins the race. He is the Constructors' Champion. A valiant, well, champions. Valiant effort by Sainz. P2 for him. Leclerc, what a drive. 16 places up from P18 or P19 up to P3. Lewis Hamilton finishes P4 ahead of Russell, which means that over the course of the last 3 years, Hamilton scores more points than Russell. Oh, what a pleasing feeling. Max Verstappen, after spinning on lap 1 into Piastri and getting a 10-second penalty, finishes P6. Not too bad. Pierre Gasly, what a drive as well, takes P7 overall, which means Alpine will finish P6 in the Constructors. Haas will finish P7. RB finish P8. Williams finish P9. And Sauber will finish P10. In the drivers, it is going to take a while to update, but we can do some basic mathematics, I reckon, to see what the final results are of the season. Also, shout out to Sergio Perez. I feel bad for him because he got completely collided into by whatever his name is, fucking Bottas. Bottas on a tear today. Took out Perez, took out Magnussen, and then took himself out. I feel bad for Perez, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll hope, praying to whatever holy being exists, that he's there next year. Let's look at the Drivers' Championship. So Norris takes a win. He didn't get the fastest lap. Magnussen got the fastest lap, even though Magnussen didn't actually finish. Oh, no, he did. He's up there. Okay, fair. So Norris will get 25 points. Let's get out a calculator, because I really can't be arsed. I'm just wasting time trying to work it out. I'll just use this. So Norris goes from 349, and he goes and gains 25. So Norris will end the season on 370. Does that just get rid of that? I don't think this. Okay. So Norris finishes the season with 374 points. That is going to be Lando Norris. Very, very good season. Could have won the drivers, but, you know, if McLaren is strong next year, he'll definitely go and win it. Max Verstappen, he finished in a very sort of disappointing P6. So he gets, 25, 18, 15, 12. So he gets 8 points. So 8 on top of his 429 is going to give him 437 overall. Unbelievable season. To score that many points with, like, the third fastest car most of the season is very impressive. Carlos Sainz finishes... Actually, let's just do it in the driver's order. So Leclerc, of course, I completely forgot about that battle. Leclerc will finish third in the drivers behind Lando Norris. He scores 15 points, putting him onto a total of 356 for Leclerc. And then we have got Oscar Piastri, who I believe finishes in P10. So he scores just the 1 point today. Of course, it doesn't really matter because, you know, he was always going to finish 4th in the drivers. So Piastri is going to finish on 292 points. Then we have Carlos Sainz, who finishes 2nd. He gets 18 on top of his 272, puts him on 290. Sainz was only 2 points away from overtaking Oscar Piastri. Then we have George Russell, who finishes P5 in today's race. That is going to get him 10 points. So that's going to put him onto a final finishing total of 245 for Russell. Hamilton gets 12, so he goes to 223 for Hamilton. And then we have Sergio Perez will finish on 152 because of his really cringe DNF. That wasn't his problem in the slightest. Then we have Fernando Alonso, who finishes P9 today, so he finished on a very nice 70 points. That is very, very good from Alonso. and I can't really be asked working out the rest, but they should all... Okay, so Gasly goes ahead of Hulkenberg in the standings, and that is the only change. Yeah, that's how we were going to finish. Okay, so there's the drivers. Now looking at the constructors, is going to be a little bit more annoying to work out. McLaren get 25, so they get 26, so they finish on 6, 6, 7 for McLaren at the end of the season. So there you go, 6, 6, 7 for McLaren. Wait, no, it's 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 is what they actually finished on. That's funny. Ferrari got so close today. They needed Sainz to win. Whether it was him or the car, I don't know. They get, well, P2 and 3, so they get 33, which will put them on 619 plus 33. They finish on 652, which is only 14 points away from taking the Constructors. What an ending. 14 points between the top two. Then we have Red Bull Racing, who take, was it 12 points today? Because Verstappen finished 6th. So he only gets 8 points onto Red Bull's total. That finished them onto 589 for Red Bull Racing. Then we have Mercedes, a very strong final race. P4 and P5, that's going to give them 27 onto the current total. That is going to give them a total of 574, I believe, for Mercedes. Not a bad season at all, really. If you think about it, there was only like, what? It was less than 100 points between the top 4. That's pretty... Wait, no. Oh, no, I'm lying. Mercedes are on 474. Where did I get 574 from? That's my bad. That would have put them near Red Bull. So that's the top 4 in the Constructors. And then, of course, Alpine will take P6. They, Gasly in P7 gives them an extra, what is it? 1, 2... I just realised I'm still playing F1 songs. Can we relax? I don't want to get ultimate copyright strike, do you know what I mean? So, Alpine finished, well, Gasly in 7, so that's 1, 2, 4. So, Gasly gets 6 points, which puts Alpine's total onto 64. Wow, what a comeback by Alpine. Haas, I believe Hulkenberg finishes P8, so he gets 4 points. Still a very good season by Haas, one of their best in a very long time. So Haas is going to finish on 58 points, so 6 away from Alpine. RB are going to finish on 46, Williams on 17, and Sauber finish on 4. At least they scored some points. And there you go. That is the F1 season over and done with. Wow. What a good ending. That was I really enjoyed that race a lot. That was super good. And at the end as well, to end the season strongly, Lance Stroll gets a 5-second penalty of track limits. So I'm going to be ending my stream here. Of course, there's going to be no F1 until, well, can I even look at F1 2025 calendar? March the 14th is when the season will begin. That is like, I just realised I've gone on here. I don't want to go on there. How many days until March 14th? So it's going to be 96 days until the F1 season is back. Of course, we do have pre-season testing, which is the week before. So it's actually only like 89 days until I'll be back. Of course, this means that I can now fully focus up and just absolutely grind the shit out of F1 24 content. That's what I'll be doing. There are no more distractions. I can now go back to uploading a video every day, hopefully a stream every other day or so, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching the stream. Thanks for watching any of my streams on the F1 this whole season. It's been an absolute blast, you could say, kind of. Not really. It's been alright. I hope that next season, if I'm still around, there's a chance I might not be, but if I am, I do hope to actually focus up and lock in and actually watch every single session of not only F1 but F2. Of course, this season I missed quite a lot. If we go and look at my live streaming tab on YouTube Studios, and we go to the live area, I watched Abu Dhabi quali and the race. I watched the Las Vegas quali. Oh no, I watched the Las Vegas practice 3 and quali. I watched Brazil. I did quite a lot of Brazil, actually. I think I did the sprint race quali in the race. And then I did a bit of Mexico, quite a lot of Mexico. I did Texas, I did Baku, I did Singapore, and then you have to go all the way out to Britain. So between Britain and Singapore, no watch-alongs. I hope to change that next season. So yeah, that's all from me. Have a good rest of your Sundays, and I will see you lot. If you only watch my F1 watch-alongs, I'll be back in about 89 days. But if you're here for everything else, I'll be back probably tomorrow, realistically. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you lot later. Goodbye. I just saw this funny post on Twitter that if Sainz didn't crash into Perez at Baku, Ferrari might have won the Constructors. That's a really fun thing to think about.